So there was a news report about what's happening with this Mandalorian Grogu movie, which ends up matching what I reported about 6 weeks ago about the finances at Lucasfilm. So
I would love to read it. Here we go. Scoop confirmed cash-strapped Lucasfilm had to minimize budget for The Mandalorian and Grogu. I reported this several weeks ago that Lucasfilm was struggling financially and has shift focus to developing animated shows instead of live action. Yeah, we had that here on the channel as well. And now we are learning that it has also had to minimize its budget for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie as a result. Mandalorian and Grogu wrapped filming a few months ago and is scheduled for May 2026 release. While much about the movie remains unknown, including its cast and plot details, its production costs have surfaced. California Commission, $166.4 million to make and receive a tax credit roughly of over 21 million from California. That's relatively cheap, but that's pretty good still, though, Cameron.
Yeah, but that's the kind of thing that was considered a blockbuster budget 20 years ago.
Right, right.
Like if you got over $100 million when you made Kingdom of Heaven, wow, you're really pushing the edge there, right? And so but those aren't the numbers that Lucasfilm has been spending, not just on the movies, but on these mediocre TV shows, as we're going to see there.
Yeah. The Mando movie is the first Star Wars movie to hit theaters since The Rise of Skywalker in 2019. What, going to be 7 years?
Wow.
That movie cost $275 million to produce, which is lower than $292 for Andor season 2. Yeah, man, that Andor season, that's crazy, Cameron, in Latina. But The Last Jedi had a budget reportedly of $317 million.
Well, they put it into the cinematography. I'll give them that. They threw all the money into the cinematography. We can say one good thing about that movie.
Some wonder why Disney has decided to be stingy with the budget for the Star Wars film. Does this show a lack of faith in the franchise? Brand value of The Mandalorian? Others see it as a sign that Favreau knows how to make a movie without breaking the bank. Of course, the movie could easily recover its budget within a few days of its release, guaranteeing its success. That is a good point, Lorena. 166 Star Wars film can make that in the first weekend.
Yep, that's true, especially given how much merchandise sells at the parks for keep calling him Baby Yoda, Grogu, and the Mandalorian. Also, the Mandalorian is the most popular face character that comes out at Galaxy's Edge. So,
putting aside its budget, it's undeniable that fans waited a long time for a Star Wars film. Mando fans are anxious to see how well their favorite show translates to the big screen. No one wants to see a low-quality budget because everyone knows Disney has no shortage of money. Better to be cautiously optimistic before an official trailer gives everyone a real idea of what this movie will be like. A low budget is hopefully not a sign that Favreau compromised on the film's quality, as he's already experienced in movie making. As of now, most of the cast remains a mystery, however. Pedro Pascal will don the suit as Din Djarin with Grogu. Sigourney Weaver will play someone in a position of authority and assign Din Djarin to missions on the Outer Rim. Jeremy Allen Wright is the voice of Rhoda the Hutt. I didn't know that. Okay. The first teaser from the movie was shown to fans at D23 and featured Zeb. What are we talking about here?
first
teaser of the film.
I'm guessing it's a sizzle reel that was shown at D23. D23 is a gathering of the pixie dusters of the pixie dusters when it comes to Disney.
So they have shown some images from the film, Cameron?
I mean, this is news to me. I mean, I've not heard that. My own sources have not mentioned that they had seen any visual.
Oh, well, I'm a little confused here in your writing here. Look at this.
Right, no, I don't think that's not me. That's not me writing. I'm quoting. I'm quoting.
This is a quote. Okay, all right. The first teaser from the movie was shown to fans at D23 and featured Zeb from Rebels. Flying a brand new Razor Crest. Okay. Concept art of the Mandalorian Adventures at Galaxy's Edge revealed at South by Southwest.
That is true.
Return of the Razor's Crest. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we talked about the concept art. It's what we're seeing is also being used to revamp the ride
Mm,
of the smugglers ride, which is a
mm.
sign to me that they're just getting rid of the old crap. Because I think, Lena, I want to hear parks very well. To me, it seems very costly to revamp that ride and then go back to the old first order stuff. I don't think they will.
No, it's a lot of money that they've sunk into this particular attraction, which is why they are going to be using Unreal Engine 5 to basically change the rendering. So nothing about the structure of the ride is going to
Mhm.
change. It's the visual that is going to change because right now the visuals are crap.
Mhm.
So they're basically going to give Smugglers Run a software upgrade to entice more people to ride the attraction because the attraction is basically garbage.
Yeah. So good, and then as a result, the older storyline that was in those visuals of the First Order run is gone, and it will
Mhm.
be. And again, that's a very quick way to start erasing the past, where you don't have
Mhm.
to look at
Mhm.
it
Exactly. And if I don't know if Kamran or Paulie, you guys saw the appearance of Bob Iger at South by Southwest.
anymore.
No,
No.
wait, it was Josh Tomorrow, excuse me. Oh, they brought
Mm.
out, first of all, the Imagineers who look like the
Mhm.
nerdy ones you do not want to put in
Yeah.
public, but they brought them out to show like the rabbit, little rabbit robots that are coming.
Mhm,
They
mhm.
brought out Pete Doctor. They brought out John Favreau. They
Mm.
also brought out Robert Downey Jr. and they brought out Kevin Feige.
Mhm. They didn't bring out a certain woman, interesting enough,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Oh.
that's what they're going to do.
Nope.
Yeah.
Let's finish this up right here. I agree with Brian McKnight.
Yeah, that's me speaking. Now that's me commenting on it.
Yeah, yeah. I agree here. Cameron's saying I agree here with Brian McKnight, who sent me the heads up that this is actually good news because Favreau will show that he can produce more for less, proving how incompetent KK was in flushing hundreds of millions of dollars down the toilet to produce garbage in the name of Star Wars. Favreau, yes. I mean, that's his pedigree, man.
Well,
You know,
he's a very look. This guy is a very talented filmmaker. He is an out of the box thinker. The fact that he went to Kevin Feige and said, this MCU thing you want to do? Let's start with Iron Man. People are like, what?
mhm,
Iron Man? Not Thor? Not the Hulk? He's like, no, let's do it with Iron Man. And I'm gonna make a smaller budget Iron Man. It's gonna hook everyone into this world. And
mhm.
he did. And this actually reminds me of something that Ridley Scott said. Ridley Scott was asked several years ago why he doesn't do a Star Wars movie. And he says they won't ask him to because he will bring it in under budget.
Oh.
He said that. And they
Yeah,
like to waste money. He said they like to waste money over there. But he as a professional filmmaker is going to get it in under budget, which is exactly what Favreau will do. And what he's going to show with this is look what happened when somebody who was an incompetent buffoons wasting shareholder money was given controls for over a decade. Look what happens when you allow actual people who are trying to make movies make them properly and within a decent budget.
I think this really bodes well for the movie, for moving forward. For Favreau, the fact that it was under budget, the thought that I had lost, now I found it, is
Mhm.
the director of Thunderbolts also too did his movie for under 200 million. They tried to give him more money. He
Oh.
said no.
Because he knows that money is not going to make it better, and that money is actually going to bloat it. It's gonna more money will allow more idiots to come in with dumb ideas how to use that money.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you. Make sure, guys, that you are over there at Cameron Pasha's Patreon, as I am. Latino Slant is a member. Are you? Go right now to his Patreon. Thank you.
Come join it. It's actually pretty good, $5 a month. We get some very very interesting stuff like this article that was been out for several days. That I think a lot of people didn't know that this was what's happening and what that means. Like because this was reported that this
Mhm.
is lower budget, but I was able to put it into the context from my earlier reports that this is Favreau showing that he can smartly finance this, but also they're out of money. That's the reality. That's what my source has been telling me. KK has ruined their balance sheet. So they got to rebuild, and the only way they can rebuild is by doing things cost effectively now.